A very good afternoon and welcome to NTV News. I am Siksha Sharma. Let's take a look into the headlines first. Prime Minister effortful to find consensus on breaking the parliamentary deadlock. All-party meeting to continue today as well. Proposed Chief Justice Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha defending his competency at the Parliamentary Hearing Committee, House Committee to review complaints prior to his testimonial. Nag Panchami festival being observed today, worshipping the serpent god. Heavy rains lashes U.S. state of California as tropical storm Hillary raced in from Mexico. Warnings issued. Welcome back to NTV News. We take a look into news in detail now. The meeting of Parliamentary Hearing Committee of the House of Representatives is underway. The committee has today summoned the proposed Chief Justice Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha to defend on his competency for the position. In the meeting, the proposed Chief Justice will give his presentation focusing on his competency, experiences, action plans and concept. Upon the completion of hearing, the meeting will decide whether to endorse the recommendation for the position of a Chief Justice at the Apex Court. The meeting today of the Socialist Front, comprising of 4 political parties, has decided to hold meetings in all the 7 provinces starting coming August 25. The meeting of the front held this morning at the central office of CPN Unified Socialist Party in Baneshwar decided to hold meetings in all the 7 provinces, said the CPN-US Vice President Pramesh Hamal. The first provincial meeting of the front will be held in Birganj of Madhesh province on August 25. Hamal said that it was decided to form the provincial front through the same provincial meetings. Today's meeting also reviewed the government's performance, contemporary political developments, and discussed ways to support garnering support for the anti-corruption campaign launched by the current government. The front consists of CPN Maoist Centre, Janta Samajwadi Party, the CPN Unified Socialist, and Biplav-led CPN. The all-party meeting summoned by Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal as an effort to break the parliamentary deadlock will continue today afternoon. The meeting on Sunday had ended inconclusively after the main opposition remained rigid over its stance. The parties, however, discussed several options for removing the deadlock in the parliament. The ruling side had urged for creating an environment for discussion by immediately removing the obstruction in the parliament. The main opposition party, CPN-UML, however, reiterated its call for forming a high-level investigation committee to probe the gold smuggling scam. The meeting has been scheduled for 4 p.m. today. Let's take a look into a short break here. More news follows up next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to NTV News. Taking a look into further developments. Today's scheduled meeting of Provincial Assembly of Koshi Province has become uncertain due to lack of quorum after the MPs from the opposition party register for their absence. In today's meeting of the Assembly, the meeting has remained in limbo. The meeting for today was due to convene to create a room for the province's Chief Minister Uddhav Thapa to undergo vote of confidence. In the Koshi Provincial Assembly, the ruling coalition has the strength of 47 lawmakers, including 29 from Nepali Congress, 13 from Maoist Centre, 4 from CPN Unified Socialist and 1 from Janta Samajwadi Party, while the main opposition CPN-UML has 40 lawmakers inclusive of the Deputy Speaker, while RPP has 6 members. Towards other update, where the district headquarters of Humla is to receive foodstuffs via Kerung Point after supplying from Kathmandu. As much as 4,000 quintals of foodstuffs will be brought to Kusimkot through roadways in Tibet, the autonomous region of China. The chief of Humla Station of Food Management and Trading Company Limited, Krishna Prasad Adhikari, He said the foodstuffs had been dispatched to Humla and would be supplied by Kerung point of Nepal-China border. He said that Humla had inadequate supplies of foodstuffs owing to limited flights to the district last month. He shared that 40 vehicles had left for Humla on Sunday, ferrying 4,000 quintals of food and would reach the destination via Kerung to Hilsa. It is said that 1,000 quintal of food grains would be kept for Namkha rural municipality and remaining others taken to the Simcoe branch. Officials said that the food grain supplied to Humla through roadways via Tibet is low price compared to the food taken there by plane. The Nag Panchami festival is being celebrated today by worshipping the Nag or the serpent god with many pasting pictures of Nag on the front door of the house as per the Hindu tradition. This festival is celebrated every year on the 5th day of Shravan Shukla as per the lunar calendar. There is a religious belief that by hanging a picture of a serpent in the house will avoid harm from snakes and scorpions as well as from the incidents of fire and lightning according to Nepal Calendar Determination Committee. The practice of Nag worship is believed to have started from the Vedic period. According to Vedic beliefs, Nag is considered the king of snakes. Nag temples in Kathmandu Valley at Nag Pokhari, Taudaha and Nagdaha are thronged with devotees on this day. The Nepal Snake Festival has been organized at Kavasoti on the occasion of Nag Panchami. The two-day festival was organized with the aim of reducing the conflict between humans and snakes and thereby preserving the snakes. Kamal Dev Kuta, snake conservationist, said that the snake festival was organized for the first time in Nepal under the auspices of Nepal Toxinology Association, the District Division Forest Office Nawalpur and Health Office Nawalpur, Nepal Red Cross Society and Madhya Bindu Multiple Campus. At the festival, various stalls are set up to provide information about snake bites and snake protection. Especially in the summer, the number of snake bite patients increases in Tarai region and death occurs if they are not treated on time. And let's take a look into yet another break. Stay with us for more updates. Welcome back to NTV News Tours. Other update. Tropical storm Hillary is barreling through southern California, where 26 million people are under flood warnings. It is the first such storm to hit the U.S. state in 84 years, with record rains lashing Los Angeles and desert areas like Death Valley. Governor Newsom has declared a state of emergency, while President Biden has ordered in federal aid. Weather officials have warned of catastrophic and life-threatening floods. Earlier, a 5.1 magnitude quake also struck the region as residents braced for the storm, but no major damage was reported. Experts say recent abnormal weather events hitting the U.S. and other countries have been influenced by human-caused climate change. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has overseen a strategic cruise missile test as South Korea and the United States began annual military drills that Pyongyang sees as a rehearsal of war. The test took place as Kim visited a naval unit on the East Coast, state-run news agency KCNA has reported, where he was pictured standing on the deck of a vessel surrounded by the officers. The launch was aimed at verifying the combat function of the ship and the feature of its missile system, while improving the sailors' capability to carry out an attack mission in actual war, the KCNA said. The state media report came hours before South Korea and the United States began the Ulchi Freedom Shield military exercises, which involves tens of thousands of troops from the two countries and are designed to enhance their joint responses to North Korea's evolving nuclear and missile threats. Pakistan's President Arif Alvi has refused to sign into law two bills that would give authorities more power to prosecute people for acts against the state and the military, a move that Law Ministry said was unconstitutional. The bills have already been passed by both houses of Pakistan's parliament, but Alvi is a member of former Prime Minister Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party, which opposes the coalition government that passed the two bills. The Ministry of Law and Justice said Alvi's decision was of grave concern. According to Pakistan's constitution, if the president does not sign a draft bill or return it back with his observations or objections within in 10 days after it has already been through the two houses. It will become the law. Alvi's move come a day after Shah Mahmood Qureshi, former Pakistan foreign minister and a close aide of Khan, was arrested after officials accused him of misusing a diplomatic cable for the political gain. A quick look into the highlights of what's coming up next. Bank has cut one of its key interest rates for the second time in 3 months as the world's second largest economy struggles to recover from the impact of the pandemic. The People's Bank of China lowered its one-year loan prime rate to 3.45% from 3.55%. The country's post-COVID recovery has been hit by a property crisis, falling exports and weak consumer spending. The cut comes as other major economies raised rates to tackle soaring prices. Time now for sports update. Novak Djokovic overcame a match point to beat world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz 5-7, 7-6, 7-6 and win the Cincinnati Open title. Djokovic won the title for the third time in Cincinnati, beating Alcaraz in a thriller with tie breaks deciding the last 2 sets. The top 2 players in the world went head-to-head in a rematch of last month's Wimbledon final. The 36-year-old Djokovic said the nearly 4-hour match was one of the toughest matches he has played in. In women's category, Coco Gauff took down Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic 6-3, 6-4 in Sunday's final to win the Western and Southern Open in Mason, Ohio. It marks Gauff's first title at a WTA 1000 event 2 weeks after she won in Washington for her first career WTA 500 title. At 19, she became the youngest woman to capture the title at the Cincinnati area event. Gauff, the number 7 seed, took down world number 1 Iga Swiatek of Poland for the first time in 8 attempts in Saturday's semi-final match before defeating Muchova, who is ranked 17th in the world. The 19th Asian Games Hangzhou Organizing Committee on Saturday changed schedules for 10 events and adjusted gold medal distribution for 2 events. The changes were made based on the registration for the Games and were verified by technical representatives of these events. According to the committee, schedules and duration of 10 events, including cricket, hockey, football, water polo, volleyball, beach volleyball, sepak takraw, roller skating and handball, were changed, while the gold medal distribution for badminton and boxing was adjusted. The Hangzhou Asian Games will feature 40 sports, 61 disciplines and 483 events. As one of the world's largest multi-sport events, the Games are scheduled to take place on September 23 and will last 2 weeks with the participation of about 10,000 athletes. And this brings us to the end of the bulletin. To wrap up, a quick reminder of the top stories. Proposed Chief Justice Bishwambar Prasad Shrestha defending his competency at the Parliamentary Hearing Committee, House Committee to review complaints prior to his testimonial. Prime Minister effortful to find consensus on breaking the parliamentary deadlock. All-party meeting to continue today as well. Tropical storm Hillary pounds Southern California. 26 million people under flash flood warnings. President Biden orders in federal aid. And Djokovic storms back to beat world number 1 Alcaraz to win his third Cincinnati Open title. Gauff beats Muchova to clinch her career's biggest title. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead. Namaste.